I'm about to go into the Parkanaur to the tree site. It's a tricky junction, which way I'm going to tape it now. So you have to swing your way out here to get in this gate lodge. If you got a big caravan or something like that. I don't worry, you have to wait on. I'm not camping here tonight. Parkanaur. I'm not camping here tonight. Still pushing rain. But you get an idea of the layout. Anybody joins two of the trees who fancies coming here. It's like a typical all these houses, you have one way in and one way out. It's a one-way system. Nice wee path down there along the wee stream and all. There's a garden centre here. There's a lot of these big houses were taken over by the National Trust, taken over by schools, taken over by councils, or the roof's taken off and left the ruin. And quite a few other ones have been taken over by religious organisations, and this one up here is one of them. I don't know what they do, but there's a religious crowd. I know I have this. That's the exit over there. I had to change gear here. It's a bit up and down to see your hills and stuff. So you had to go way up the hill just to go back down the hill. The forestry still use them barns there, the actual forestry, and the forestry have a wee office. There's a wee forestry van there now, you see, and that gate lodge. I don't know which one they have, but there's toilets in there. So anytime the forestry's here, this place is free. If you're coming for a day trip, it's free. Through that gateway there, and to the right is the public toilets. I think they've got quite a few forestry ones here now. Not usually that many. That must be upstairs. That must be upstairs. A wee meeting about putting up the two of the tree charges. Or maybe they've been told they're losing their jobs. There's not enough people come here. So once you go up the hill, then you go back down again. 2 car parks. And they put these speed ramps on them. I've actually wild camped in these car parks when I wasn't into the trees. As long as you're up before them boys arrive and your curtains are pulled back, they don't know. This is car park number 1. There's no lines, people just sort of abandon the vehicles all over the place. I'm at this point now, like, I'm scared. You got a field down there and the two of the trees fields beside it. If I was wild camping, I would camp in that car park there. Just down near the wee wall there. Nice and quiet in there. That's a two of the trees site over there. Maybe nobody in it now. So the only bad thing of this place, it's a nice wee wood on the walk around. It's not too big. It's just a nice wee size to go around. Like, it is a big forest, but the actual paths marked out aren't too big. So when we're down here now, you see what the site looks like. I'll stay here a couple of hours. So there's the two of the trees down here now. That fence over there, that's your waste disposal. You empty your toilets. I need to empty my toilet when I come back out. There's your wee gate now. Hold on there, Willow. See, I could easily park in the campsite or in the car park, but sure, maybe I'll come on in. So this gate's not too bad. You can see the padlock. Saying that, trying to do it. By holding the camera is a different thing. This rain should clear up this afternoon. See, there's no two parks the same. But this wee gate, that's a wee light one. Any girl could open that gate. One wheelie bin here. There's one here to set on fire. Took a ages to get another one. You're supposed to lift that gate up there, tap that hook, start it blowing back on you. The sites here, I'm not going to waste too much time parking, I'll tell you. I'm not going to level off. But the sites here, they're all house standard. You reverse your caravan, motorhome in there, and you park your car beside it, type of thing. There's a walkador, the stream's between you and the walkway behind. That top there, we'll stick her in there. Well, something handy, something handy. But like, it makes you wonder, now it's during the week, I'm on 2 of the trees, I work, I can't be here. But they need to have an all 2 of the trees for people who want to come during the week, I doubt, because these sites are not being used. Everybody's going, oh, look at that wee tree, that had a number. So even though you've got a number, doesn't mean you're not condemned. It had his day. See, some of them was rotten inside. That wee one, he had a wee number on him, Pep, but he's still been cut down. You think I got a wee number to look after them a wee bit better, but I don't know. They're keeping the eye on them. These lanes are never really wide enough for you to get a caravan, and you have to go at a bit of an angle, like. And if I want to get my caravan in there now, like, I want to stop it. I want to steer my car this way first, sharp, and watch the mirror there. But I'm off the road, you see. I'm off the road, and then what I want to do then, I'll follow locker then. Most of the time I lock the mirror rather than lock the caravan. See the caravan behind there now? But when I'm coming out here now, like, the caravan's just slightly off, so I need to head out towards that way. But see, the roads are never wide enough. The roads are never wide enough. You're going back off to get the angle of the caravan right. So just keep a wee eye in the mirror there now. And I'm looking at my wheel now. I'll keep my wheel level with that grass. You turn radios and things off, so turn the fan off. And then if you hear any crunching noise then, you know to stop. Look up more there now. Because they're never in straight lines, they don't like, and then you have to look from mirror to mirror then until you get back. You have to sort of give a wee bit of a wobble, like, in order to get that straightened in. Now maybe you had caravan mirrors, but I wouldn't burst them. That's us. It's not that hard. It's not that hard, Will. And then what you always remember, I always like to have the windows down in reverse. But then it's pitch dark at night. Many of the time I've left them down, the car's soaking in the morning. So that's perfect there, like. Then you'd level off, but I ain't going to level off. The only problem I don't like about a lot of campsites, Willow doesn't like to jump up big hills. And quite often, whenever they're crooked for some reason, this side's always the low side. Well, they're bound to know in this country, most caravans made in the UK have the door on this side. If they're going to slope them anyway, you think you have them sloped the other way, so you put your block under the other wheel. So you don't have to jump up a big step under the caravan. If I was put the spirit level on that there now, if she's going to be sloping anyway, you go around all them pitches, you can even guarantee the block's going to have to go into that wheel. It's very rare the block has to go into the other wheel. We'll just check just for curiosity here. Well, maybe it's not, but maybe wee spirit level. Let me see where we are. I'll tell you what, you wouldn't need much thunder there. See out there, if I was staying last night, I would put the jockey wheel down the tiniest wee bit and that would have been it. No need to level out there. That's pretty good there, Willow. I'll just go to the turret now, Willow. And then we'll see about going for a wee walkies then, like. Jockey wheels drop down. Go now and we'll get this gate locked pit. The rain is still, it's that soaking muesli stuff. It's actually a wee bit thicker than muesli, isn't it, Willow? Ah, leggings and all's on today. This is good weather for Willow. It's dry this evening. When we're in the caravan, it's like camping. It doesn't matter how heavy it rains. Plenty of towels and everything else, but you don't want it raining for 4 or 5 days in a row. You need a wee dry spell now and again to get everything dried out. Or everything ends up getting wet. The floor gets wet. And that's that lock now. We'll go up to the main house first. This wouldn't be one. A lot of our videos I do now, you always hear this is not one of Willow's favourites. This wouldn't be one of Willow's favourites. Shadow, he loved it. So go around the garden and all up here. There's not a big lot of walks. There's a couple of walks that's quite long. But 3 laking things. I like the wee walk. There's quite a few walks. If you came here for a day, can't they keep you going? There's no big steep hills to climb. That's a good thing about it. The only steep hill you have to climb is up here to the house to go to the toilets up there. Come on this way, honey. There's a wee shortcut through the grass. Oh, that's my alarm. A wee fly flying around me too. It's just a wee local fly, not again Belfast ones, well, it's just an only wee fly. There's only once I went to that campsite and it was full. In all the years or two, don't know why it was full that day. It was full. It's still squeezed in. But it's just off the main road, dual carriageway. It's only about a mile or so. It's a very handy site to get there. The only problem is no mobile phone signal. I'm O2, like. I use a Sky, but if you go up there to the house, there's a mobile phone signal up back home. Get my wee pillow on that. The GoPro is waterproof, but like everything else, a wee bit of human humidity gets into it. And this wee lens in the front is replaceable, so if it gets damaged, and a wee bit of condensation can build up on it. It's very hard to pull off because it's watertight. As soon as you have to sort of pull it and twist, it's very difficult to get off. There's times I just cannot get it off. I just let the air out of it. The camera says it's very, very, very hot, and then a wee bit of humidity comes out in that lens. So hopefully that'll be clear now. Well, I'm on up this way. Go up to the big house. There's nothing here to tell you about the original family, who they were, where they came from. There's absolutely nothing. Are they even still living here? Are they living in England? There's absolutely nothing to tell you. There's like all these big houses. The forestry, they got the land for the forest parks. Unlike other ones, I don't think there's a golf club here. It probably is. Because most of these houses lost their land to golf clubs as well. I don't know if there's one here. It makes you wonder how all these religious people can afford these big houses. They might have got them dead cheap back in the day, but how do you even heat them? The back of this building looks a wee bit like coated. Very dull and gloomy. You could make a prisoner of war camp here, couldn't you? A few German officers like, and a few prisoners in uniform. It's that kind of look to it. What do I see, Willow? Don't know what the opening hours are, but whenever this place is open, the toilet is open. Come on there, Pat. This is a toilet. It's like a big classroom for school wings in there. I got hot water here. Hot water. They're good in the caravan parking on. A bit of hot water there. Alright, honey. There's a big waste of space in the back. They fixed the floors, man. 3 toilets. Women's toilets, disabled toilets in there. There's the disabled toilets. Plenty big. Changing that. What that door is that? There's the back of the house there now. So it's really size of property in its times, but like a castle, but there's always bits of found out and stuff. Oh, we're in the front garden now. We're going in the front garden and we'll go to the wee deers. We want to go over to see the wee reindeers. Come on. So them forestry boys, they're on that door, they're upstairs. First time I see that door open. That must be their place. Must be having a wee meeting today. I've never seen 3 forestry vans together anywhere. Now you see the fencing up there now, it must be bits falling off. Well, the roof now looks pretty good, but they don't want you near it. That gate there is always closed. There's a couple of wee businesses in that wee courtyard. Come on, right, that's right, out, Pet. I would say them wee ones over there were for coaches, but them ones couldn't have been because there's no ramps on them. Probably just storage and stuff. You see how shallow they would have been originally? Now there's this big shed on behind. So that wee lens is starting to condensate up again, Willow. As soon as I pull that wee lens off, the condensation clears right away. When I put it on, the heat of the camera, I like pushing them in out here. Unless I get a wee hair dryer. What's this now? Well, there's a new sign here. There's a school group in the forest today. Please keep your dog on a lead while passing. See that there's perfect there, perfect. There is a school group, they're warning you. Please keep your dog on a lead while passing, as young children can be fearful of loose dogs, no matter how friendly. I have no problem with that. While passing. You know, I mean, it's just common sense, isn't it? I was up in Stormont the other week, I put Willow on the lead. I took Willow away from the wee wins altogether. When I seen the crowd of wins, I stood to the one side. Because you know, like, 10 wins is going to want to grab Willow by the ears, and one's going to scream with fear. And it's just, either way, you don't want the hassle. So that's a brilliant wee sign there. They're warning me now, so if I see a pack of wee young hooligans, I can protect Willow. You're the one that needs protection, Willow. There's them wee trees again. The only time you see them there is in stately homes. You don't see them anywhere else. See how it bends the way out. As you can see some of the wonders, like it was a nice house in this day, there's some nice ornamental wonders like. bits you don't normally see. That probably would have been stained glass, so they didn't have to look out the peasants, like the workers, the servants in the yard. There's not a big lot left of the gardens, but you can get an idea. Now that's original that's all stone, that's not pavement slabs, that's stone. And something's unusual as well. Now you see the house, something's unusual as well. See these wee flower pots? They're not concrete, they're stone. So somebody had to go with a chisel and carve them out there. How long would it not take to get a bit of rock and carve it into a circle? Them's all stone. I'm sure they were more circular when they made them originally, but over the years the frost has sort of chipped away at them. They have a wee intercom on here that tells you you've been watched by camera. It talks to you. Parkanaur College, Parkanaur Garden Centre, Parkanaur Upholstery. 1820, that gateway there. This house office were built by without placing any something upon the property. Without placing any debt upon the property. Why would they put that? Does that mean that they got it without a mortgage? That's not speaking now, will it? You would have spoke to you, so it would have done. There was a camera just saying you've been filmed. Look at the windows at the back there, nice ornamental windows. They look like they're restored too, the stone's pretty clean. There's a wee pump out there. Come on now, Willow, come on this way. 1845, the wee doorway. I like things with dates on them. The door is 1845, but the actual building's 1820. See that? But you see that doorway? The wall's not. There's a bit there. It's not much of stairs. So did they not just think of putting a door on top when they built it, or what? How did they get up the top? Maybe they just had a simple doorway and somebody, I don't know. Why would you put a date on a doorway different from the floor above? Like all of them would have been wee windows and all blocked up now. And that's often found with old properties. You go in them, they're always dark and gloomy, but they wouldn't have been dark and gloomy when they built them. And bearing in mind there was a window tax. You had a lot of money at them windows out the wee outbuilding. They call themselves a college now. I think they do weddings and all here too. You get your wedding done here. And a big chandelier. See, if you're a house like that now, everybody's going to be looking at you all the time. What? Yeah, the house was designed to be looked at. So that would have been that main lawn there, that wee bit in there. You see, it would have had ruins on it. The ruins have long gone. And saying that, that's probably the ruins there. That's what's missing, so they weren't that elaborate, were they? There you are, look. It's just a wee pool. It's a bit funny, isn't it, like, for a big swanky house? But see, they had the deer the other side. So basically to keep deer and stuff out. But they don't want the visibility broke. So over here they've want, I don't know, there's a name for these things, I don't know what you call them. It's when you don't want a fence breaking your view. You put a wall and you dig a trench. There's a name for it. And that's one there. There's the white deer in front. If you've never seen white deer, there's a place to come and see white deer. You need to watch this on a 50-inch screen TV, because the GoPro doesn't make it very big. We've got the antlers and everything. There's more than that. I would say there's probably 20 white deer in there. You don't know how many they kill every year. But you see how they keep them in. It's just a wee wire fence, but it's got the wall. And the land's lower down. Look, they're spooked now. They're spooked, where's Willow? I say, oh my God, COVID's over. Visitors are back. Oh, now we're going to have to hide again. This grass is quite long, it's usually cut. I'm not going to harm you, you okay? No. They are way spooked. I classed out the dinner time, that's why they've got, Mama, go this way, Willow. They've got food in the troughs. Oh, Willow's eating grass too. There's my wee deer. You eating grass too, are you, honey? That's okay, you eat the grass. That's organic stuff there. You eat the grass, they eat their food, and I'll just stand in the pushing rain. All the reindeers just legged it there now. By the time the camera started up, they've already gone down there. They're down the bottom of the hill now. I wasn't even looking at them. I came over here with Willow, and they all legged it. But there's still food there, they might come back. But there's the wee lane over there that you walk down, but they're not going to come over to you. They're not going to eat out of your hand. So probably with COVID now, there's less visitors coming here, and they'll be a bit worried. Well, they didn't spend too much on this wee fence, did they? Like, a wee bit of wire. That does the job. Times Willow can take ages eating grass. It's not hard to get grass now with all the dry weather. I'll let her eat whenever she can. Hopefully she books up, gets the wee tummy red out. The house is just up there, the other side of that wee tree. And there's how to do the fence there. So they don't want a fence to block the view. So they build one of these things. There's a name for it, I don't know, but a lot of National Trust houses have them. There's the deer now, the entrance. So the deer's only here since 1978, but they got the 5 deer from Mallow in County Cork, which are the descendants of a pair of white deer gifted by Queen Elizabeth I in 1597 to her goddaughter, who was married into the family at Mallow. So that's how they came to be here. So you think with 2 deer, and now they've got these, there must have been a bit of inbreeding, like. How do you get, that's like Adam and Eve. There must have been a wee bit of inbreeding taking place. Oh, I'm saying that the 2 deer that were, even still, the 2 deer that were brought in weren't related. But then their sons and daughters must have been doing a wee bit of nookie with each other. So, I don't know, make of it what you will, but they come from 1597. Now you think there'd be millions by now, so it means they must shoot so many every year. They don't show you that there, like. They don't have a day to come and let's watch a wee deer getting shot. Dogs are to be kept on leads in that area there. There's the gate. You open up, you walk through the other side. Well, I have not brought a lead, but when you walk through the other side, it more or less takes you to a longer walk that Willow won't be interested in doing anyway. You're not interested in longer walks, Willow. Go down by the wee lake. But if you've got a wee younger dog, you go through there, and it's good walking down that way there. Oh, there's a history this way, pet. We'll walk a wee bit of the rest of this garden now. So you imagine now when they built that wee lane would have been there for their horse and traps and all that. That's a wee garden there all around there. The walled garden was down to the right hand side. That's where the garden centre is now. That was originally the walled garden of the house. If my videos are too long, it's Willow's to blame, like. I can't do nothing about it. Alright, Willow. Alright. People are complaining, saying the videos are too long. Do you think they would fast forward, Willow? You know, they could talk to astronauts in space. Why do people not fast forward a YouTube video if they're bored? That's what I would do. Right enough, Willow, your house is a bit boring looking. I can understand to a point, like. There's history down this lane, if we can get that. It'd be nice just if they had a panel up to let you know. Or if the forestry owned part of that building, there's a big room we walked in to go to the toilets. Could they not have a wee couple of display boards up on the wall explaining the history of the place? How much did the forestry pay for it? Did they get it cheap? You know, where did the family move off to? Because a lot of these families had multiple houses. And half of them, they maybe had a house in London and stuff. And sometimes they just give up the house and they built a wee one just down the road. Well, we're going down this way, Pet, down to the wee garden centre. She can be thrown at times. No picnic tables, you see. Some pretty old trees here. Oh, honey. Now in the day, there'll be a pile of wee gardeners running around here. So that's another way in there. If you're going out to the actual gateways, that'll be a main way in. So you imagine that's the one they would have used, not the one we came in. They would have drove on that way and then faced the front of the house, dropped the guest off, and then they go around then to through the archway to the. In fact, they might even drop. See, you take Buckingham Palace now. They always drop the Queen off inside the courtyard. There's a courtyard in there with two sets of gates. They'd probably drop the guests off in the courtyard around the front door. Oh, down this way, Pet. But this is the walled garden down this way. Oh, hi. How you doing? Pups aren't allowed in the walled garden. You see, even down here, see, we've got these fancy trees again. That means they would have walked down here. You get wee bits and pieces like this, there's nothing to tell you what it was. That's pretty modern there, breeze block. When the breeze blocks come out. It was used for something. It was used for something, Willow. That wee tree there's been cropped plenty of times. Oh, Willow likes it down here. Maybe one thing you could have walked around the outside of that wall. Not now. We're going to head back up again, Pip. A Christmas tree. One of us last Christmas trees. That's on the big house, you just chucked it out here. So if you're passing by the main road, it's so close to the main road. But anybody who's going up the main road at 60, 70 miles an hour, they see the sign, they passed it before they can decide if they want to come or not. It's a proper wee garden centre now, but I've never been on it. So I don't know very well. I suppose I could put in a caravan and come down, but I've never bothered. Because there's a garden centre, it's by plants and stuff. So it's not going to be nothing of the original gardens to see. And saying that, there's wee hedges planted there. You see like that big house up there and up down the hill. You see, a lot of times these people would have sold off these houses and they would build a new house. They would build a new house on their land. See if you feel that tree there. It's soft. It is soft. It's very unusual, like. It is actually, it's a bit of velvet. If you pet it, it's like velvet. But you still get a splinter in, but it says harder. These wee bits here are soft. You can see when I tap it, it's like hollow. That's probably America, somewhere they come from. Everything's bigger and better out there. Somebody's building a wee, what do they call it? Wee pagoda. I'm just going to see if I see him this gate. I'm not going in. Welcome to the walled garden. Castlefield Historical Society. Well, there's people interested in gardening and want to know what's in here. Do you know what? It actually is the garden. Hold on, Willow. Willow, stay there, stay there. It actually is laid out like a wee garden. There's a wee gardener's cottage down there, 3 stories high. So there you go now, Willow. And I don't know, Wallway, we can't allow you in there. What damage are you going to do in there? That must be Christmas trees they're planting there. Come on now, honey. There mustn't be many in this historical society working in the garden centre. There's 2 cars here now. That's mean, but if that was lying as a ruin, we could walk around that. From Ghana South to Rowan Borough Council are funding that wee garden. They must put the pet on the lawnmower pit. There's not much point in going down there now. Well, that just goes down to the gateway. We go back up again, will we? We'll try and go through part of the wee garden now. Well, one time that's where they got the drown off from. Everything had come from that wee garden. We're back up at the house again now, so this is the wee bit of path going through the garden. I think it's nice sometimes to walk the path that they would have walked. I mean, I don't know if this is one of them, but that's where you find all the wee bits of history, you know. You might get wee things, you know, where do they get the water from? Sometimes you get wee pumping places. You get wee bits of infrastructure and all they didn't want to be seen. It's always in the outskirts. That would be nice if it actually had plants on it. See, that's all nuts and bolts, so that's not too ancient. And saying that, it could still be 60 years old. The self-assembly there. Where'd you even buy one of them now if you wanted to? That's just a flat pack. Oh, Willow smells something. Willow smells something. She's in the undergrowth. Had to be a sandwich in there. There's some fox poo or something. What are you after in there? She's up to no good. Well, the pity I couldn't train. Look where she's away. Pity I couldn't train Willow's nose to find money. Willow! Willow! She's going to be up to no good. She's going to eat some shit or something. Come on! There's nobody in there eating a sandwich. Maybe somebody's running in and shit, you don't know. Not going to find out, don't I? That rain's getting heavier. See the weather forecast pet's completely useless, so it is. They say we drizzle. Drizzle. It hasn't stopped pushing down. I brought a few coats. I should have worn my winter coat if no one's going to push like that. Well, I have to dry this evening if the weather's right. I'll hang the coat up then to dry. That's where it's handy a wee caravan having a shower. Even if you never have a shower in your caravan, if you've got a shower, a wee wet room, you hang your wet stuff up inside and keep the rest of the caravan dry. A lot of boys that get panel vans do it themselves, think, oh, I don't need a shower. Where do you put your wet stuff? You're amazed how much water runs off this stuff when you hang it up. It's always handy to have a wee wet spot. Somewhere you can hang your wet stuff. I would say the forestry probably own them reindeers now. I would say it's probably a condition tied to them when they got the land. Because there's no charge for coming here. I'm sure they don't want it, but maybe 10 trees a year cut down pays for them reindeers. And they've still got the vet bulbs and stuff. Somebody has to feed them. There's food in them troughs. So somebody's had to go out this morning and put food in them troughs. One of the nicest places to go as far as gardens and all go and castles is Gosford. It's not on two of the trees no more. It's £5 to park. It's one of the most impressive castles, houses. Proper looking castle as in you get in Walt Disney. And they got lots of big trees and stuff. Started heading back down again now. The wee lake's not too far away. I don't know if she'll walk towards it or not. We'll try. Even if she doesn't walk around it. What is nice here? Oh, what is nice here? It's a wee bridge that crosses the water. And it's closed off now. I always do it. I always climb the fence and walk it. It looks like it's going to fall, but it's still there, like. Hasn't fell yet. There's a couple of upright stones and a couple of stones going across the way. It's a bit like Stonehenge. Take you across the stream. And because it's not about dodgy looking, plus there's no handrails on it either. Even if it wasn't dodgy looking, they wouldn't want people walking on it now. But if Willow doesn't want to go, I might just scoot up and get in the camera. It's worth it getting. It's worth coming here alone just for that, because no other forest park has it. I say I walk it, it seems steadier enough. After the big floods and all last week and all, it's still there today, they're a bit out to walk across. Well, she might walk out there. She might. Haven't seen the school group yet. Haven't seen a bus. I know it's raining now. The wee rains are not be allowed out. Health and safety wall. Teachers will be sitting looking out. Oh, it's too wet yet. Too wet yet. And then by the time it gets to 1 or 2 o'clock, it's too late now. Rains. Want to cancel it. How do there's no school on now? Unless a summer school thing. Schools are closed. I don't understand all these rains going out. Last week, 2 weeks ago, a storm went. Piles of them, piles of them. Going on about COVID. That would make a good film there for coldest. You were in there already, so you were. You've already been in there. Well, we're going to go down this way now. Come on. Tell you what, there's not much forestry work done today. Them boys are getting bad news. Price of fuel's gone up, they can't afford to cut the trees down. Cutting the trees down and paying the lorry to take them out. Not paying them no more. Oh. No schools, no wooden pencils. Price of this probably fell. If you walk out that path there, that will take you up to that day enclosure the other side of it. But it's the best walk straight down here. There's a wee lake, a wee archway. Willow! Willow, where are you going? Down this way, pet. How you doing? Hello. Call me doggy. Willow, come on. On this way, honey. Where are you going? You're smelling something again. Look at that nose up in the air. Come on now, come on this way. See the nose up in the air? Yeah, might get out this way. This way would take you out to that stone bridge as well. You do a circle like. Wee lake's down there, so it is only a small lake. The size of a mill pond. Ah, where are you at now? Oh, sniffing, and what's there like? What? Can I go down this stone bridge? Oh, I don't think you walk down this way. Let's go down the stone bridge. Make it halfway down there. Oh, see, it's got something now to stimulate our nose. Check there's no water in that lens. There's a wee bit of steam on it again. It says, why how do you get dried out with this pushing the rain all the time? You see how Willow livens up? Nothing to do with heat or nothing else, she's something to snuff now. wee bridge just down here a wee bit. She might want to cross it. If we can get past that bridge, we'll get down then to the wee stone one I want to cross. So let's hope whatever she's sniffing goes straight on. That's the deer enclosure over there, the other side of it. It's quite a big forest once you go off the proper paths. We never got lost a couple of times. I used map my walks to try and find the way back. Sometimes I like to just go straight into the forest and see if you can find something different. And if you go on up this stream here, there was another bridge further up years ago. So they've cut that bit of forest off. But if you walk on up past it, you can see that where the bridge used to be. So where that was the original house had it, or where that was the forest park first opened, I'm not sure. The bridge is still lying there, it's through to the side, lost it. But it wouldn't be hard to put another bridge across. The stone piers are still there. Yeah, I want to avoid that wee bridge there. In fact, I'm just thinking there's two bridges up here. So I think our next one there will be the wee stone one. I get it, go straight on. Well, that's why we're going for the wee blue arrow. Wee blue arrow. Now that's how steel. You don't like steel. That's slippy. That's slippy. Well, we'll go up this way here, Wallway. Oh, just this once. It's not too warm today, Pet. This might be your last time ever to go up this here, you know. It'll be your last time ever. Because you're 10.5 now. And you may never be able to go up here again. This is your last chance. Will we go up, Wallway? If I count to 3, could you come up? 1, 2, 3. Come on, not up this way. This will be our last time. I'm not making you do it again. It's not too far, Pet. It's not too far. And there's no big hills or nothing. No, you're 10.5 now, Pet. And you're 11.5. Your wee legs might carry you up here. So you've still got some of the wee fancy trees and all on there. So it means the ones in the house walk down here. This would have been part of their gardens originally. Yeah. The wee bridge is just up here now. See, you got the wooden bridge there, that's the new bridge. Now, it wouldn't be so bad if they built a new bridge because the other one's dangerous. But why had they make the new bridge so dull? You couldn't have made a bridge any duller than that, like. So that's why boys like me don't cross it and go to the old way. And then they built these other fences out here to stop you going the old way, but we just keep walking around. Hey, look at that. I haven't seen this before. Hold on, Willow. I haven't noticed this before here, but look at this. Gate post. Gate post out here. That is a gate post, not just a fence post. There's wire across there. So before the forestry came here, they must have had a bit of garden up here as well. Bearing in mind that this is where the nice wee bridge and all is. But it's just brave and high up at that. Very good condition, that gate post too, Willow. And so if you're ever coming here and you're looking for this wee bridge, you need to climb the fence here. Oh, you don't have to climb the fence no more, people chop it down. Well, run that way, and you go. See, everybody's the same as myself. This here should be a tourist attraction up here. It wouldn't cost them any more than £1,000 to fix. You get a couple of boys in here, day's work, they'll have that fixed. Wait, look at the wee bridge. Look at that for a wee bridge there. Is that not the cutest wee bridge you ever seen? What do you reckon, Willow? We cross it now. Stay there, Willow, stay there. Does the job. Get you across. If it falls, I'll try and dive that way. But very solid. Hi. Bye bye, girl. Look at I saw it on the Willow. That's not as scary as them out steel ones. So they put a wee bit of a weir here to hold the water back, so it goes all even, and then the wee bridge goes under the ground. So I don't think the bridge is physically fallen, it's just the fact that it hasn't got handrails and doesn't meet modern building regulations. And probably nobody knows how deep them colours go. Now see, if you were to walk on up that way through the forest, there is another bridge further up, but it's not there anymore, it's taken away. So originally these walks did go on up. I don't see why they can't do that as well. Even if they want to build a new walk, a safer walk along the side. Because it's a nice wee bit of, you see down there, the bit of a lade, they must have had a mill here. There's the water came in there. You know, this is the first wee bit of history you see at the park, apart from the house. And they've closed it off. So this bank here must have been leaking. So the water goes down there. There must have been a wee mill further down. And what was that mill? Was it a corn mill or was it for electricity for the house? There's no history to tell you. We're going to see if this wee thing comes back out again. Well, but I've never noticed no mill further on down. Where else did you get one of them? Now the only thing I'm thinking now, you see there's extra blocks put in there. I think the bridge was lower down originally and the water must have been hitting it. So they put them other blocks of concrete on top of the stone pillar, they hired up a wee bit. And if you look at the pillar over there, you'll see the stone changes. There's another 3 layers of stone at the side. So that bridge was originally lower. It's been hired up. Let me see if I can get better here. That block has been added in. They've hired it up. So that's going uphill now. That would have been going level. That would be going level across. Some weight in them stones. That's amazing, like Stonehenge. Oh no, well. To me that's the highlight of coming here. Nowhere else has that. And look at the bridge they put in to replace it. We're going to get soaked now. Well, that rain has not stopped. The rain has not stopped. Why do they put these fences up here? What's the time on this? No, down this way now, Willow. Go back to the car. Come on, wee sniffies. There's a wee arch there, like. Is that old, is it not? She don't know, like. And saying that, there's stalagmites on it. There's a couple of wee stalagmites on it. Maybe it is old. But there's nothing else around it. What do you reckon? Well, is that old or not there? When you look at these big trees, look at that one there, it's gigantic. Gigantic. I don't know, well, it's down you there for scale. It's not as big as the one on Drummanor. The one on Drummanor is really huge. But I was just looking there. The branches go out as far as they want, and they don't go out very far. The branches are only out about twice the distance of what the trunk is like. How does they get enough energy from them wee leaves to support that big trunk? Like, how much light can they possibly get? That's a very good one, isn't it? A very good. Lovely and soft. They don't sell them in the garden centre, Willow. You wouldn't get insurance for your house buying them planted in the garden. That's the lid there. I just noticed there's a wee post there as well, so they had a fence up here originally. You stop anybody falling. Bearing in mind that water would have been deep in this day. Look how they're on the fence. I've never seen one of them before. It's a piece of tin. And saying that, it's similar to the one on the river line, where it was in Crawfordsburn. They had something like that. You can need to pull that out there now. So they might have had a pile of them going along there originally one time. They may have used that to part of their boundary. Over this side was garden. Over that side was not peasants, still their ground, but it could have been the odd poacher. So caught poaching, the gamekeeper all would have been out there shooting stuff. But he wouldn't have passed here. This was the lords and ladies walking around in here. And so that just marked the wee boundary for the fence there. Well, there's one's crossing there. Could be mountain bikers. But this forest is pretty big. Well, we've gone off the track a couple of times and it is big. Once you go off the pads, you don't know where you end up. But you will get lost in it. Do you ever think if there's one of them poles left there and that's the last one? Looks pressure now, fuck's sake. Whoa! I'm going to get drowned. I didn't say that in the weather forecast there last time I looked. If there's one wee pole left, you think they just put it in and protect it. Like it's galvanised, so it can't be that ancient. But it's still the only one. I'm interested to know now where this mill was. Where was that water going to? You see, years ago, I think what happened, I came here with my two dogs and I was playing with them in the water. And I didn't spend as much time looking at things like that. Although I was interested in history, I was busy playing with my two dogs. But Willow doesn't play. And that's leaving more time now to search for stuff like this. So we're back down now past the other wee bridge. We're around here now, a wee lake and I'm back at the start. It's not that long. Well, that Lisson house, you can see where the power station was, they made electricity. And I would say, with that being so close to the house, bearing in mind, it had to be next to the water. They didn't have a choice. But if it comes to an end near the house, it could be electricity. Because they didn't have as high a voltage as we have now. So power couldn't travel as far. Well, if it goes on past the house, it could have been a corn mill. Or something like that. Could even been a sawmill. And they cut their own timbers. It's like a wee shortcut, Willow. suppose what a camouflage when she's on ground like that. But hardly see her. See the right barbed wire fence. No, there you are now, look. That's an old pole. No, it's a wooden post. It's just a very wooden post there. But it makes you wonder why they thought they needed having a fence up and then replace it with a wire fence, and now they don't. So even that barbed wire might be there before the forester got the land. Down now near the wee lake, I can see the wee buoy down there. The lake is always covered in green algae, always. It's like something you get on top of a fish pond. The water is still, it's not moving. It's always pure green. I don't know if there's any life on it or not. There's a stream going there, like there's water going in, there's water going out. The stream, in fact, I think the stream goes round. If the stream goes round it, so it does. It's not round it, so how does it actually feed it? How long do we see go? The water does come under it, but it's only a wee spout, and it's not enough to get the green away. That pond there now is higher than the stream. That's higher up than the stream. So is that getting the water from that wee lake? So that pond could be the actual mull pond. Well, I'll put two and two together here. We've got a mull race thing, and we've got what I thought was a mull pond. I called it a mull pond, but I thought it was just a wee lake. But you believe that? Well, you don't know what's in front of your eyes sometimes. So I actually said to myself, that's like a wee mull pond going by the side, but I always presumed it was a lake for the house. So that is a mull pond. There's the water coming in there. Now bearing in mind on this day the water would have come in quicker. There's not much water coming down that thing now, but that could hold a brave bit of water. I don't think they would have bought all that for a wee lake, would they? Maybe they have. Well, if you want a lake, you could easily have that stream. If that was 3 feet lower, that stream could go on and you could have a lake. The only reason why you want it higher is because you want to fall in water to generate power. Now look over there now, you can see a bit of concrete on the far side. That might be just a wee place for them to stand, or that could have been a wee building. It has to be an exit. But I don't know, I've never seen any sign of how long does that thing go on past here? How long? Well, maybe that no, so it went on past the pond. I was going the other way. What way is that going there? That might be just drainage, but they also drained it into that pond. That is confusing now. That still has to come out somewhere. There's concrete over there. So there could have been a wee building sitting there. Would there be a pipe underneath that wee building? And then the water would have come out under the stream again. So that concrete is over there. There's concrete over there. If there's a pipe going through that, maybe they were generating electricity. I'll see if there's a bit of building in here. Can we get under it? What do you reckon? I don't think so. Well, we'll check the exit pipe, where the exit pipe comes out. So you can't get the building from the other side either. It has to be got, it's in there. Hold on, Willow. You probably see the water coming out from that path, but there's no chance of getting up to that wee bit of building. Completely overgrown now. Look how dense that is. No chance. Look. I think that all ditch is that join up. There's no bridge up there. So I think it's just dug for drainage. Hold on, stay there a minute, Willow, stay there. Back up as far as these gate posts. We'll know then if the walls are more further down there or not. See, if you go into this lane, there could be all wee gate logs at the end of this would be another way into the property. That gives you an idea of the size of the property. I'll never walk out this way. Probably something I could do in the bicycle sometime. No, so that oil track they dug out there, that's just drainage. Look how open that is there, how bright it is. That's just drainage. There's no mill down this way. No sign of a bridge or nothing. So whatever it is, there's something there. That wee bit of concrete, that's it. There's a wee building in there, a wee dynamo, a couple of wee power cables. That wouldn't have, there's no way that was a sawmill. It must have been generating electricity. A couple of wee power cables going up to the house. So that big electric chandelier they have in the hall, that could be still old, that could have been done when this was done. See, if I had an electric bicycle, I could check all these places out quicker. I could rip that up lane there in no time. I wanted to see if we can see where the water comes out here. There's water going into that pond, so water has to come out of it. It's all overgrown too, like. Really, the autumn time is the best time to come and take a peek. Well, I think we head back to the caravan now. Mom, head back to the caravan. Head back to the caravan. Picnic tables too, well. Oh. So no two sites are the same. And how you park and where you park is all different in them all. You wonder who comes out with the ideas, like. So that's not locked, that one there. So some of them's locked, so you need to know if they're locked or not, so if you have a fire, then you know how to get into them. That's a pretty new box there. There's a water tap there, another water tap there. There's two water taps in this one. I'm going to enter my toilet now when I leave. I'll sit here for a wee hour or so now so get some rest. We've got rest to go away this afternoon. So I need a rest anyway. We'll get it fed and give a wee rest. I'll get my car filled up now with water. And I'll get the waste tank emptied. Whenever it's raining, I guess, I throw towels on top of the caravan to keep it dry. So when she jumps in now, she's jumping on top of towels until I can get her dried down. Now, we've got a wee routine, haven't we, Willow? We've got a routine. Is that long since you've been drenched as bad as that? I'm going to get this off here so I can dry you quicker. Oh, do that stepping a wee bit. Up we go.